Hello, my name is Haley Duncan. I am an attender of Village Bible Church, and I've been going there for a number of years. And earlier this year in March, I got to go on the mission trip to Uganda and spend some time with people there. And it was just a really great experience. And I am here today to talk about my experience there and to share some of the reasons why it is just such a great mission trip to go on. So one of the biggest motivators for me to attend the trip was because I would get to meet my sponsored girl, Dorothy. She is 10 years old and she is just such a light in this world. I had been sponsoring her for about a year when I went back in March. So we got to meet, hang out together, play games, color. It was truly an impactful moment, just because she became a very real person to me. And even though I'd been communicating through letters and pictures for a few months, just getting to see her personality and just know who she really was as a person it was just very impactful for me. Um, and if you sponsor a child, then I would highly encourage you to consider going on this trip because of just the impact that that child will make on your life. While I was with her, I also got to visit her home and to see just the place that she comes from. Dorothy and her cousin live with Dorothy's aunt because Dorothy has been orphaned. So meeting her aunt was a very heartfelt moment because we got to just see the home and the environment that Dorothy comes from. Um, Her aunt expressed to us many times about how grateful she was for us Village Bible Church members to be taking care of her children because she is not able to. We got to speak truth over her and pray for her. She is a believer, but just encouraging her despite the circumstances that she finds herself in was really impactful for me. Um, it was just incredible to see just even the differences, but also similarities there are between our life here in America versus theirs in Uganda. Um, so that takes me into my next point of spending time with a lot of the other children at the Living Hope schools. I really enjoyed spending time with the high schoolers. Just as they get older, they speak more English and they're able to just talk with you about their interests, their dreams and hopes for the future. I really realized how similar we are to the people in Uganda, then we are more different. Even though our lives look on the outside very different, I realize just how similar we are as people. We're all God's children. We still desire relationships with people. Um, we love to just have fun, make jokes, spend time together, and they really taught me what joy from the Lord looks like. They have been hearing the gospel preached to them for quite a few years now, and so they really understand what God's love looks like. They always have a favorite Bible verse that they're willing to share with you. Um, and so just seeing, just as they get older, the maturity they have and the gratefulness they have for us as sponsors, I really just loved connecting with them on that level. And even for the little kids too, I learned that even though we have a harder time communicating because of our different languages, we are still able to communicate through our actions. And so that maybe involved tossing a ball or coloring pictures together or dancing together, singing. Those were ways that we could communicate with each other, even with the language barrier. These little kids have the cutest smiles ever, and you will be so overjoyed spending time with them. They always have super neat performances they will love to put on for you. Dancing and singing is one of their favorite things to do. So spending time with those little ones was very special. And for them to just see who their sponsor was here in America through pictures and letters and gifts was something I know that they will never forget, even despite how little they are. Um, so spending time with those sponsored kids is a huge part of this trip because we were able to bridge that gap of the distance between Uganda and America. So sending pictures, letters, gifts to those sponsored kids means so much to them. you'll see here, I am praying with Edivare. She is sponsored by a family in our church. And so we got to talk about her sponsor, what they're like, and I got to make notes about Edivare's personality for her sponsor to then receive back here in the States. So having that connection between us two was really special. During this one-on-one time, the students are able to express to us maybe what their life looks like here, what their favorite things to do are, but also the struggles that they face. It's a little bit more of a vulnerable time where we get to encourage these students, even through whether it's academic struggles or just struggles that they face at home, with the reality of what their life looks like in poverty. You'll see here, this is Desire, and she's very proudly holding up a picture of her sponsors. She knew exactly who each of them were, and we're able to name them. And I know that she has a very strong connection with them even through just letters and pictures, but experiencing that joy that she has knowing them was really, really incredible. And I'd like to just end with sharing this picture of me and my mom and my family sponsored kid, Matthias. We got to sponsor him for 10 years. So he just recently graduated high school and is now heading off to university. And so through talking with him and through talking with our sponsored university students, it was very clear just what the impact has on these kids as they are sponsored throughout their educational experience. They really don't take for granted what they are given. They know without a doubt that it is because of God's provision that they have been able to get through their education and now can live a better life because of the not only the academic experience they've gotten, but also the spiritual experience they have been given. Living Hope does an amazing job at teaching their kids the spiritual truths that are found in God's word. Each kid has a favorite Bible verse, knows songs off the top of their head that are beautiful worship, music to the Lord. So this trip really truly does open your eyes to how God works all throughout the world in ways that we may not be able to exactly see here in the States because of what He's given us, but Uganda really does truly God's very at work in Uganda. There is so much joy there, despite how little they have, but they are very rich in their relationship with Jesus. So I hope you will consider going on the Uganda mission trip and hopefully just experiencing some of these joys that I got to experience in my time there. Thank you.